Hey everybody. So just got on here. Okay, let me see. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I am a person in recovery. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. And we are going to have an all-inclusive recovery support group meeting. I hope you guys will come and hang out with us. Yeah, and join us. So let me see. Oh shoot, I thought that was going to share. So as you guys come in, I got to share this video on Facebook. I hope you guys will all come in though and join us and hang out with us. Anybody is welcome at this meeting. You don't have to be a person on MAT. You don't have to be, whatever you are doing you're welcome here. Anyone's welcome here. Hey, Alicia. All recovery is celebrated here on Real Talk Recovery. We don't judge anyone's recovery journey. We support all pathways to recovery. Hey, Leslie. So I have been really letting everybody know, come on, join us this Friday night, because this is Sonia, you know how it is here on YouTube. You guys, YouTube, I swear to God, they're never going to post notifications. So I don't even bother. Like, I just try to let you guys know ahead of time so that way y'all can come. So I had a really eventful week this week. And we are going to talk about how, you guys, I have learned so much. I'm so grateful to be alive. Okay. So if you guys don't mind and you are on Facebook or on another platform and you don't mind sharing the video, what's up, Leanne? That would be awesome. Oh God, my hair's wild. Hey, Ann. Hey, Sonia. That would be awesome if you don't mind sharing the video, but you don't have to if you don't want to. It's no big deal. So happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I am hella thankful that it's the weekend. My husband is off tomorrow. Hey, Chrissy. So that means he has the weekend off. So me and Nate and Neil can go out and do something fun together. Hey, Michelle, what's up, girl? So I really want you guys to know that y'all are all welcome to come up and share tonight. So let me get the link. I'm going to drop it in the chat. I'm going to drop it in the chat so that way anybody that wants to come up and share is more than welcome to come up and share tonight. I'm going to read the MARA preamble before we start the meeting. This is kind of like, I know a lot of you guys have been going to the Zoom meetings, the MARA Zoom meetings. This one is kind of like, a more laid back version kind of, because we're on YouTube. But you guys are always welcome to come up and share, okay? I just dropped the link in the chat and then I will link it again, okay, as we go on. Hey, Paul. Down the beach for the weekend. I have my official start date with a behavioral health. That's awesome, Michelle. You know what, Michelle? I really wish that you could come and talk to the people here in Arkansas, because I really feel like they're missing out on a whole group of people in the peer support specialist arena here in Arkansas. But anyway, it is what it is. Hey, Shelly. Hey, y'all. So come on in, y'all. Come on in. Why don't you guys tell me one thing that you're grateful for and something that you think you're going to do this weekend? Are you going to go out to eat? Do you have a family outing planned? Are you just going to chill at the house and watch movies? Let us know what you got planned for the weekend and one thing that you're grateful for. Oh, those emojis are so cute. I love the emojis, you guys. I love them. Okay, let me get the MARA preamble pulled up. So it's 6:50. So we'll give it a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and get this read. Okay, so for those of you guys that are new to Real Talk Recovery, I'm a part of a 12-step fellowship called MERA, which is Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous, one size does not fit all. Do you use prescribed medication to treat various drug and alcohol use disorders? Many people who utilize evidence-based science to aid in their recovery sometimes feel uncomfortable in their day-to-day lives. Additionally, a multitude of people on this healing path have even felt unwelcome at traditional recovery meetings. We understand. At Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous, you're always welcome. Recovery is simply to recover from an unsafe lifestyle. Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous is a support group of people who believe in the value of medication as a means to recovery. We understand that our individual needs may not be the same, our backgrounds may not be the same, our futures may not be the same. However, our desire to live a safe lifestyle joins us together. Non-judgment is our code. So, okay. I just wanted to say, hey, kind of hard to hear. Okay, bye, girl. See you later. So let me kind of tell you guys what happened to me over the week. So y'all know I've been going hard on TikTok, really just getting out there and getting really involved in the recovery community on TikTok. And against my better judgment, hey, Music Biz, against my better judgment, I made some friends on there and really just opened up to them and told them about the struggles that my husband was having, and just shared like personal information, just like I share with you guys here on YouTube. And boy, I should have never done that. I mean, it didn't hurt me, but these people ended up trying to like expose me because my husband was struggling. And you guys, they were going for blood. It was ruthless. And you know what I did? I didn't respond. I just bit my tongue and continued on with my normal everyday life and did not respond. And I'm so grateful because I didn't want to give them no publicity. So I feel like I'm finally realizing that, you know, being here on YouTube, it happened to me on YouTube too a couple of years ago. Like, I don't have to respond to people when they're when they're saying negative things about me. As long as I know that I'm doing the right thing, I don't have to defend my actions today because I'm doing the right thing, you know? And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I didn't respond. I just moved forward and kept doing what I was doing, kept doing my recovery content. And I'm grateful for you, Nicole. I'm grateful for Dr. B and Dr. G. Did you guys see the Kratom video that Dr. B and Mac Haddo did? I think it went really good. Oh, nobody important. Nobody important. I'll tell you on the phone later, Chrissy. Keep doing the next right thing. Exactly. You guys, I'm finally realizing that I don't have to respond. I don't have to respond to that nasty shit. You know, hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. It's just the bottom line. But it really bothered me because this girl was a friend of mine. Hey, Molly. I'm so glad you're here, Molly. Molly has been such a great asset to our community, you guys. She has just come in and got right in the middle and just been really helpful. And I've just really been enjoying having you, girl. You're just doing awesome. I appreciate you. So tonight, we're going to talk about some stuff tonight. We're going to have a meeting of the minds. We are going to get some recovery going on together here. Let me share this to everybody. And then we're going to get talking about recovery. And we're going to talk about everything. We're not just going to share the fun, good, positive stuff. And so I know you guys have been seeing some of the short videos I've been uploading. The reason I'm uploading those short videos is because I'm trying to reach people, and I want them to see the video, right? So I've been uploading some videos about my experience with different substances, right? And people get so bent out of shape when I share these things about using drugs. And it's like we're all in recovery. We're all here. We all know what it's like. What's up, Joe? We've all used drugs, and so I'm just sharing like the whole situation. I'm just sharing what happened, and that's what happened. I was strung out on dope, you guys. I was strung out on dope for over 10 years. And I'm just really fucking grateful to be sober today. I don't want to have to keep living my life like that. And part of the way, part of me sharing is me just sharing all of it. You know what I mean? I'm just sharing exactly what happened. Hold on. I got to tell the people on Instagram that we're on our live. Okay. I don't know how to do these reels, but we'll see how it goes. Hey y'all, just wanted to let you guys know that we're live over on YouTube. You can come check me out. It's Real Talk Recovery with Nicole on YouTube. Thanks and have a great day. Okay, how do I upload this? Oh, okay. I'm glad I quit. I was addicted to crocodile and spice. Ooh, crocodile. I've heard that stuff makes your freaking bones rot off. What was that like, man? I bet you that was horrible, huh? Okay, here, let me see. You can come check me out. It's Real Talk Recovery with Nicole on YouTube. Thanks and have a great day. Okay, cool. We did it. Okay, there's that. And then let's let everybody know over here on the Tiki Talkie. All right, you guys, the epic meeting you've all been waiting for. We are live right now on YouTube. Real Talk Recovery with Nicole. Come check us out. Come hang out with us and have a good time. Let's talk about recovery and let's talk about addiction. All right, you guys. I kind of stuttered, didn't I? Okay. Yes, it makes the skin rot. Yes. Oh, gross. Okay. So let's get it going on. Hey, Sandra. Sandra, are you doing better today? I have been talking to so many of you I haven't talked to in forever. Sandra called me the other day and I was just like so excited to talk to you, girl. Hey, Kristen, what's up, girl? There's one of my girls from TikTok. Hey, sis. Thanks for coming in. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Let me get the link. And like I said, anyone who wants to come up and share, I encourage it. I want you to come up and share. This group is an all-inclusive, non-judgmental recovery support group. Anyone is welcome here, no matter what pathway to recovery you chose. We celebrate all recovery. And so let's do the damn thing. My name is Nicole, and I'm a person in recovery, you guys. I got sober in 2015 after having my little boy removed from my care by Child Protective Services. Everybody asks me all the time, Nicole, what was the deciding factor? What was the moment that you finally realized that you had to make a change? And at first I was telling people that it was the day that I got my son taken away, but that's not true. I was thinking about it the other night. And I was thinking about it because somebody commented it and asked me about it. And I was sitting there and I was like, when I got into treatment, I was sneaking Xanaxes into the treatment center, y'all. That is how sick I was. That my son had just gotten taken away from me. My husband was out here running the streets, getting high on meth while I was in treatment. And I was in treatment having him bring me Xanaxes. And I was like, how insane is that? How unmanageable is that? That even though my child was taken from me, I was still willing to risk that to get that drug in my body because I needed relief. I didn't want to deal with the fact that my son was taken from me. I wanted to check out. I did not want to feel, and so my husband was bringing me the Xanaxes. When they caught me, that is when the shit hit the fan. That is when my whole little glass house crumbled to the ground. And I was like, whoa, now I'm really in trouble. now I'm going to lose my son. I'm going to be, and this was my thinking, and please nobody take this as offense, okay? My thinking was I'm going to be one of those women that chose drugs over her son and never got her child back. You know, those women that I always looked down on because I thought I was better than them, because that's what I thought. I thought I didn't get my son taken away. I didn't shoot up drugs. I won't ever smoke crack. I won't trade my body for drugs. I'll never steal from my family. I'll never go behind my man's back. I used to think that, you guys. I used to think that I wouldn't do those things. And so, but I did all those things, just so you know, like I did every single one of those things, everyone. And so when people comment things to me on comments, I read so many comments every day. You gotta understand that. And they say things like, I won't be that way, or I'll overcome it, or I'm going to be different. It makes me have a little chuckle inside because I thought the same thing. I thought I would be different too. I thought I would be able to beat it. You know, I thought I was going to be the one who would change the game, baby. I got control over my addiction. I can shoot dope in my neck and then go to work the next day. But that's not how it works. And it just, when I think back to that, that was when I finally realized, like, I have got to do something different. And you know what? I've even had moments like that, you guys, in my sobriety now, where I've had moments of clarity and I'm like, damn, I need to do something different. Like, this isn't working anymore. I need to do better. I need more support. Like, especially during the coronavirus. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. When the coronavirus hit and they shut down everything, you guys, and we were all kind of like left to our own devices here, and we started doing the live streams all the time, like that was working for a long time for me. Like I was doing good. I was coming on here. I was feeling positive. But then after a while, that wasn't working anymore. It has been tough. And you know what I've realized? It's like I have to change things up and I have to spice it up to it's almost like I get a tolerance to certain things in recovery. Like if I'm doing meetings online every day and then I get a tolerance to that, or it's almost like it's not, I need something else to add to the mixture. And so I don't know if you guys know this, but we're doing this book on my Patreon. We're doing the Codependent No More book, and we're going to start back on it tomorrow because I had taken 2 weeks off because I was going through the gigs. Y'all already know what was going on. My husband was struggling, and we were really, really trying to get him back on track here at the house. But this has been something that I've been reading behind the scenes, like when I have time on my day off and stuff, or when I'm never off, but whenever I'm not on and I'm not on the phone or I'm not answering something, I'm on here reading this book. And this has been something that I've been adding in because I'm trying to learn how to not be so codependent with my husband. And it's like so difficult. I know there's some of you guys that can relate. I know Anne knows what I'm talking about. It's like, it's so difficult, you guys. It really is. I almost drank a few months ago. I told on myself, now I'm having anger and sugar abuse issues. It never ends. It's so true. Hey, Aubrey, what's up? I need to get that book. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. Joe, how are you doing? I hope you're doing okay. And you know, you guys, anybody can come up and share. Let me put the link in the chat. Joe, if you want to come up and share, there's the link. You guys, I have realized that as long as I don't, hey, Nikki, as long as I don't pick up, I'm going to be okay. You know what I mean? But sometimes just doing the bare minimum of life is all I can do. You know what I mean? And so I want you guys to know that it's easy to see people that come online and they show this like great happy side to themselves, right? Like right now, you're seeing me for 1 hour. I seem happy. I seem like I got my shit together and everything's great, right? But you're only seeing 1 hour of my life or 60 seconds or 30 seconds of my life. And then I'm not online. And so I have struggles just like the next person. I have days where I'm just like, this is not even, I can't do this, right? But I keep pushing forward. And I was talking about depression the other day because I think people think, like I have not come out of the woods with depression. Like I struggle so much with it. But what I have realized is that keeping a gratitude journal and talking to other people that know what I'm going through has really been helping me a lot. What, baby?
Do you want me to tell you my favorite shotgun in Fortnite?
Yes.
The charged shotgun.
Okay. I love you, bub.
I'm hungry.
Okay, Nate. You just ate at Gigi. Stop. What's up? I've been letting my little light shine. I know you have, Aubrey. Now, looking back before I even became an addict, I had some signs like codependency. Have you noticed things like that? I was codependent way before I ever picked up drugs and alcohol. I was codependent in my first relationship with my first boyfriend. And that was like I was 14 years old, you guys. Let me tell you this story.
25 years old.
I met this guy when I was 14. His name was, we'll call him JR. And I started dating him. I started going to his house. We were watching movies and hanging out. My mom was like actually letting me go to his house. I became so obsessed with this guy. This is so embarrassing. I can't even believe I'm telling you guys this. That I got a needle or a nail. Nate, go upstairs. You don't need to hear this. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Sky. I got a sharp nail or needle, and I carved "I love JR" on my leg. And literally, like where you could see it, and it was there for so long. I had it on my leg. Like that is not normal. That is obsessed. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Brandy. I had another close friend crossover last week. I didn't drink or drug, yet I've been sad and binging on food. Sandra, that's totally normal. Like you're going through a stressful time right now. And when you have somebody pass away, it's scary and it's sad, Did you do that too, Brandy? Is that weird, you guys? Like I'm saying, like my whole thigh said, "I love John Ross" was his name, John Ross. And I carved that on my leg at 14 years old. So when I look back in my life, like I was exhibiting these behaviors that were abnormal from a very young age. I was like reaching out and looking for attention from guys. And I want you guys to listen. I had a family unit. My mom and dad are still married. I have two great little sisters. Like I was raised up in a solid family unit. But something inside of me, just like they talk about in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, they talk about the spiritual malady that the alcoholic or a drug addict has, which is this like hole in our soul, right? And we need to fill it up with alcohol and drugs and sex and gambling and buying new clothes and all kinds of stuff, right? But that's what we do. And then it never works. And then we're constantly looking for something more to fill. That has been my life all my life, is like searching for something to make me feel better. This must make it. Oh no, that's gonna make it. Oh no, he's gonna make it. Oh no, this new dance workout that I'm gonna lose all this weight on, or these pills that are gonna help me be happy. It's like always something. I'm trying to learn now how to just be happy with me. How to be happy with me at any size, no matter what my face looks like, no matter what my hair looks like, no matter what kind of relationship I'm in, whether I'm married, divorced, all that. It's so, so crazy to me. But it's been like that when I think back and I reflect, because this is the first time that I've ever reflected in years. I'm actually sober and I can reflect on my life now. I think back and I see how I've always had these issues in my life. You know what I'm saying? I've always been trying to pull something from out of me, in me. I just closed a chapter of my life and moved to less drama and stress. That's great, Joe. I'm proud of you, man. Me too, Anne. Brandy says, I was 13 and I used a needle and the ink from an ink pen and tattooed boys' initials on my wrist. Oh, yes. Codependency. Yes, Brandy. Well, same. I'm so glad y'all are all chatting. That makes me so happy. I was doing dangerous behaviors also. Young age, stealing booze, drugs, vandalizing. Yes, Sandra, yes. Let me see. Chrissy says, I did similar things. I took an eraser and burnt. Yes, yes. I've always been codependent. Me too, girl. I know, y'all. I miss you. Hey, Merk, what's up, babe? I know what you're talking about, Joe. I love you, girl, and I watch you every time I see you on. I'm so proud of you for coming out and telling us about your struggles about your Suboxone. Yes. Okay. So look, we can talk more about that tonight too, you guys. So I know everybody knows. You guys know I'm on Suboxone. If anybody didn't know that, that's from TikTok. I think everybody knows because I've talked about it on there too. I got on Suboxone, you guys, in 2015 after I got out of treatment. So I went to treatment. I went through detox and I went to treatment. I relapsed in treatment for 2 weeks and then I stayed sober the last 2 weeks and I got out of treatment and I was white knuckling it. I was like, dude, I can remember my husband picking me up from rehab, you guys, and all I wanted to do was go get a 30 milligram Roxy. I actually wanted to get like 6 milligram Roxys, you know? Hey, Suba Rally, what's up? Nicole, my last 2 days in IOP have been rough as fuck. Oh my God, what happened, Missy? What's up? Chanel says, I use Suboxone recreationally once or twice a week. Oh, Chanel, don't do it. Don't do it. I had an ex-girlfriend that tattooed my name on her. She was a wife. Oh, Mark. um, so let me tell you guys about my experience with MAT. So medication assisted treatment is how it saved my life, you guys. It saved my life. So for many, many years, I tried to get sober through the AA 12-step abstinence recovery, which you guys know I'm a huge fan. I love the 12 steps. But for some reason, I would get sober and might make it like 6 months or 9 months. Um, oh, Hannah, what's up, girl? Love you. I'm glad you're here. And then I would relapse. And this happened 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so many times, you guys. So this last time in 2015, shortly after you found my channel, was in 2017 or 18, Sandra. I'll have to look it up. Okay, I will. I couldn't stay on subs because I abused them. Shoot them, really. Methadone saved my life. Hey, girl, that's okay. Whatever works for you. We support you and we're proud of you. Okay, so let me get back to telling you guys. A lot of you guys are new, okay? So in 2015, when I got out of treatment, my son was in child protective custodies. They had put him in a foster home, okay? They put my little boy in a foster home, and I was like determined to get him back. But I wanted to get high so bad. And I felt so much shame and guilt feeling that feeling of wanting to use and knowing that my son was in foster care. I felt like the worst mom. I felt like worthless. I felt ashamed. I felt like I was not worthy of being a mom. I I hated myself. And all I could think about was, I want to get high. So my husband picked me up from rehab and he said, I went and got on Suboxone and it's really, really working for me. And one thing that my husband's always used some type of MAT. For over 20 years, he's been on either methadone or Suboxone. And when he's on Suboxone, he has had such good success with it. He was on methadone when I first met him, but he was using other drugs. So I can't really count that, you know what I mean? Because he wasn't able to stay sober. But when he gets on Suboxone, he does pretty well. Well, I was really against it, but I tried and I said, you know what? I'll get on it. I'll give it a chance. I'm not gonna judge. So I got on it, you guys, and I have been on it ever since, and it saved my life. And I'm currently at 2 milligrams tapering and down from 12. But this is what I was going to talk to you guys about. I made a whole video about it so you guys can watch it too. But the last 2 months or so, I have been struggling to take my medication, to not overtake my medication. It was probably like in October, when this really started to become a problem, because in October, my husband relapsed and it really started to affect me negatively. I was internalizing everything that he was doing and taking it like, it's my fault. Why can't I save him? Why can't he get on track? I must not be a good, I am failing as a person in recovery, right? I was thinking that I'm supposed to save him and he's supposed to get sober because I'm going to help him get sober. And that was not working. And so I was blaming myself. I was triggered as fuck. I was struggling like with stress and triggers. And so I took more Suboxone. I took 4 to 6 milligrams a day, and I'm only prescribed 2. And so I set myself back so far because I had come down to 2 and I was steady on 2 and I was doing so good, you guys. And I know that overtaking Suboxone isn't going to do anything to me. That was the problem. That's why I'm so mad at myself, because it's not like when you overtake a regular opiate and you get higher. You know what I'm saying? That's not how Suboxone works. And so I was so pissed. Um, I had broke through though, and I had gotten low enough underneath the ceiling that when I first took the extra milligrams, it made me feel different. But then the next day, that's all over, because the way Suboxone works is it stacks in your system. And so that first time I did it, it made me feel great. I was like, this is awesome. I'm like, have energy. I want to do stuff. And then bam, the next day it stopped working, you know? And so then my mind went into, well, it worked that one time. You can take extra today and you get up and go do this and go do that, and you'll have energy and blah, blah, blah. You won't be depressed. And all these things were going through my mind, right? Well, I called called Dr. B and Dr. G because I talked to them about everything. And so I was telling Dr. G about how I took it that one day and it gave me extra energy. And I knew the next day if I took it, it wasn't going to do that. But I still did it because my belief that it would work was what it was like, a placebo effect almost. It was like my belief was so strong that I was going to get relief from this that I continued to do it. And I did that for like 3 weeks, you guys, overtaking my medication. And I'm lucky I didn't run out. I don't know how. I think I was staggering it. Like I would do it one day and then the next day I would take under my amount. Anyways, I was just jacking myself up. Hey, Mark. I was bouncing back and forth, you guys, bouncing back and forth between 6, 4, and 2, back and forth for the whole month of October. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It is hard for me to come on here and tell you guys that, because I am so hard on myself. Like, I think I should be perfect. And I feel like a failure. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm coming on here and I'm having to tell you guys that I struggled with my dose. And this is something that I shouldn't be struggling with at 5 years sober with Suboxone, because I have been steadfast and steady on the same dose for a while. For a while. And so I'm so disappointed in myself. I'm so disappointed in myself that I went back and forth like that. Um, but I know more people struggle with this than that talk about it. Okay. And so y'all know how it is. I'm not ever going to keep anything from you. Always going to keep it real. You know what I mean? Um, so that's what happened. That's what happened. And now I'm getting back on track. I'm still on the 2 milligrams. I went to see my doctor yesterday and I told her about my struggle with the overtaking the medication. And she said I told her, I said, can I please stay on 2? I don't want to go down right now. I'm not ready. I'm not ready, you know? You're being too, let me read y'all's comments. You're being too hard on yourself. Overtaking Suboxone compulsively is pretty common struggle. Yeah. And I know a lot of people struggle with it, but I really, really hold myself to a higher standard because I am coming on here and I am sharing with you guys and I am trying to help people. You know what I mean? And so it's really important to me to be honest and to make sure that I am not just coming out here talking out of the side of my neck. Like, This is so important to me, you guys. My channel and my recovery and helping others is like everything to me. Everything. We've all been there or similar situations. Yes. Tell on that addiction stuff. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Shelly says, your honesty is why I appreciate you. Thanks, girl. I appreciate you. Jennifer says, but that's not real. This right here is real, and people need to hear this. This is real shit, raw. Don't be so hard on yourself. You got up, talked about it, and so many others are dealing with the same shit. Keeping it real all the way. Thanks, Jennifer. Suboxone is almost the same as taking antidepressant. Yeah, and it was totally a waste, Aubrey, for me even to take extra, honestly. Such an idiot. It doesn't make, when you have been on it for 5 years like I have, it's just not even doing, like, I just overtook it because my mind told me if I take more, I'll feel better. Do you understand what I'm saying, you guys? Do you know, it's this like mind thing. My mind tells me, and this was how it was when I first started on the medication. When I first started on my medication, I struggled with this even worse. When I first started, you guys, I started out on 12 milligrams, and I would be at work, right? And I worked a job where I worked like a restaurant job. And so I was like sweating and working really hard. And you guys know when you were in active addiction and you'd be like at work and you're like, do a little line or take a little pill and you're like, yes, it gave me my kick. And then you're working extra hard. That is the way I would feel in my mind when I was at work when I first got on maintenance medication. I'd be like, oh, I need to take an extra little piece. It's going to give me my kick. You know what I mean? But it doesn't do that. And but my mind told me that I needed to take more. And so I really want you guys to hear me when I say this. Like, I'm trying to make sure that I share this with you guys and be so honest and so real and so transparent. Like, I know better. I know that taking extra is putting me backward because I had moved forward so much in my taper. And so I've just took myself back so much. You know what I mean? But it's okay. I'm getting back on track now. And I just want you guys to know, like, these are things that are like things that I know that will lead me back to active addiction. Okay. So these are behaviors that I realize that could take me back to my addiction overtaking. You know what I mean? And like, I guess I'm happy that it was Suboxone and not an illicit drug, not a drug that I went and got off the street and relapsed on. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that, and that shows me right there that I need to shape my shit up and I need to get the fuck back on my track and I need to get focused, because for me to fall back and to take extra Suboxone, that is a signal, that is a sign that I've got too much stress going on. I need to quit focusing on what my husband's doing in his recovery and focus on what I'm doing in my recovery. I need to get plugged back into my recovery support. Okay. I need to get back to my real meetings that I've been going to and quit lacking, because that's what happens, you guys. I will get so focused and on doing all these other things that I'll start slacking on my own recovery program. And you guys watch me go back and forth on this all the time. I put my life on the line on the internet. So you guys watch me go from steadfast, focused, doing the damn thing, to slacking back and doing like bare minimum, and then get back on the focus. And it's like I do this to myself all the time. It's like a pattern for me, a pattern, but I am very aware of it. And coming on here and making a video that I made a week ago about my overtaking Suboxone was a big deal for me. It was a really hard video for me to make, because I have so much pride. And I realized that pride's not going to get me anywhere, though. That's just going to keep me down. And so telling it is what I have to do, you know? Um, Nicole, what addict doesn't know better? The important thing is you realize it and are getting back on track. Absolutely. Maybe one time soon I'll come on with you. Anybody's welcome. Let me get a link. I'm sorry. Hey, boss baby, he's doing a lot better, man. You guys, Neil is sober. Neil is sober and he's doing so good. He's actually at work right now and we went to our first therapist appointment, you guys. Wednesday, I think it was. Wednesday, he had therapy with a therapist and he likes him, which is a huge thing because my husband is he's different. He's not like me, you guys. I see it a lot as a pharmacist, and when a person is honest, I appreciate their courage. Yeah, what if you are so good looking, women won't stop hitting you up? It gets so irritating. I think I have a problem. Nick, I love you. Hey, Nicolina, what's up, girl? I'm so glad you're in here. I know they are on the road to recovery. Yes, that's right. Being honest is that's a huge shine. I can see how AAers judge those on subs, but after reading, researching, and studying about this treatment, it's better than being out there in active addiction, Aubrey. That's right. Maybe. Hey, Nelly, what's up? That's the best to be aware, and that's what will help you. Absolutely. What's up, Rico? Rico, 100 Savage. Yes, that is so great to hear. So happy for you guys. Me too, girl. You guys, it has been the hardest thing in my life to watch my husband struggle. Okay? Because I want him to be sober. I want him to be happy. But it has also helped me so much. It has helped me. I feel like God, He has these things happen in my life because it's so easy, you guys, for me to say, no, I don't see you, Aubrey. You're not backstage, baby. Come all the way in. You're not back there yet. It's so easy for me to say that I would never relapse or I would never do blah, 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 yada, yada, right? And I will look at other people and say, why are they doing this? Why are they relapsing? And this has helped me have so much compassion because it could be me any day. And I realize that now because I watch my husband struggle. And sometimes I think about my husband had been sober for almost 2 years. 2 years, then he relapsed, and then he got a year again, and then he relapsed. It makes me realize that, okay, I see you now, Aubrey. It makes me realize that I am sometimes too hard on people, and I need to be more compassionate because I get stuck in that judgment. I don't mean to do that, but I do that, and I catch myself doing it all the time. And so I feel so guilty because I know that I have not had compassion when I should have. Oh, gosh. Hey, Ob.
Jesus, Carol, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Can you hear me? Look at this big old Canadian. Yeah, how's it going?
I'm just over here crying like a baby.
Yeah, that's okay. I cry once in a blue moon because overwhelming things goes on in my life sometimes as well. But not going to tell you live. You're on subs. Who gives a fuck? After watching, I'm sorry for swearing, but hey, this is me.
I love it.
If you don't like, I don't see. I have a problem with alcohol, right? Never done needles, never done heavy drugs, okay? I just love whiskey, beer, women, dance, and song. That's what I loved. But I had a little too much fun, see? But it got to a point where I was suffering alcoholism, all right? Now, I was watching, what do you call it? Documentary on these guys in Vancouver, where I used to go. I used to be in Vancouver, Canada, right? And they were on, what do you call it? Stuff that's going around that's killing people, fentanyl. Yeah, they're shooting enough and all that kind of stuff, killing people left, right, and center, right? And I much rather see you on subs than seeing you on heroin. I want to let you know I'm in that AA, and people have told me I'm a big book Nazi and all that kind of crap. I really don't give a good goddamn if you're willing
Hey,
to.
Aubrey, I love your AA stuff. I think
Yeah,
I love the big book and I love the 12 steps. You know how I feel about this. It's not the AA it's the people that make things shitty. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. They're idiots. Sorry, they're idiots. All right, they're the newcomers that come into the program, they hear the old timers, yeah, if you're on drugs or medication and that, you're not really sober. And I just go, fuck you, you're full of it. Here's my camera, right? So that's what I think. People, like I'm very blunt. I get to the point. I don't muck around, right? And
Right.
I'm over 23 years sober, and they said this is not a religious program. I said if it's not a religious program, then how come I cannot say the word fuck in a meeting? You got to show this. You got to show respect. You got to bullshit. When I was out there drinking and everything else, I had no respect. I swore I did whatever. But I tell you, I got more peace of mind and the stillness in my soul. And my soul is always full now because I know what the 12 steps has done for my life. It's changed me drastically. All right. It, like a big 360-degree angle, like whatever you want to call it. Right. I'm actually not nervous today. So,
How have you
uh,
stayed sober for 23 years? How have you done it?
how have I done it? I just
Mhm.
got totally honest with myself and I had to get to know my, I had to really study about my alcoholism, like how was it affecting my mind and body. I had to that was really important to me because I was in and out for 16 years, man, before I sobered up finally. Like I was into cocaine, I was in marijuana, I was into I love acid and mushrooms and things like that, but never had much of a problem with that. I could stop like that. They say marijuana is a psychological habit, whatever, but it didn't bother me that much. What bothered me was not bother me, but it's just that as soon as I have a drink, I couldn't stop. I
Yeah.
tried so many ways to sober up and stay sober, stay clean, but I couldn't do it. And then when I got into the 12 steps, I had to be totally, totally honest with myself. And I had to look at my selfishness, my self pity, my self centeredness. I had to look at my dishonesty. I had to look at my inconsiderations to other people and places and things. All I did was use and abuse and use and abuse, pretend I'm your friend because I want something. There's only 3 or 4 things I wanted from you: drugs, alcohol, money, or sex. If you have none of those things from me, fuck off. Next. That's how I use people. I use people like items. All right. But I was kind of like a little devil, right? You know what I mean? Like I just used you. And oh, hi, how you doing? I love you. Yeah, yeah, all that bullshit. But I'm up to something. There's a hidden agenda all the time.
Well,
But
yeah.
the other part of me really want to love you, hug you as a sister. But the other part of me, I said, well, okay, let's play around here so I can get you in bed. That's the way I was. I was a prick.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was a
I mean,
piece of
I was the
shit.
same way too, only the a woman version. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I just want something. I'm always up to something or using it. Like, Aubrey, I lost my dog today. Oh, that's sad. I walk away. I said, who gives a shit? I really did. But that's when I was drinking. That's when I was drinking. But in between drinking and everything else, I was quiet. I was, like I did have those feelings for people. But when I drank and in between drunks, you know what I mean? In that mess, when I was in that mess, there was always a hidden agenda. I always want something. It's like the devil himself, seek and destroy. I want something out of you. You got nothing for me? Next. You
Mm-hmm.
don't? Next. Family, I stole from family. I stole from girlfriends. I cheated on my girlfriends. I did all kinds of things to people and places of things. Someone that did dirty on me, they call it in Australia, meaning that they done something stupid on me or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
rip me off or say they'll pay me next week or they borrow something from me or they made fun of me in front of their friends at a bar room or something like that. I will get you back one way or the other, but I'll wait for a couple, 3 months. Then I'll pour paint remover on your car. I'll,
Damn.
I'll come after what you love. What do you love the most in your life right now, for example? And you love your car. or I never hurt animals. I won't kill animals. I won't do that kind of stuff. But I will go after something that you really love, and I'll destroy it.
Damn.
And I was resentful. I was hateful. I was resentful, and I was a bit of a psycho. You know,
So
like
now
even
you're
when
not though because of the
nah,
steps, right?
nah, I just a big old huggy old bear, and I just love people today, man. I really do. I had my days. I was going through that.
Dude, you kick
Bull.
ass on your. Listen to me. You have a lot of knowledge of the Big Book and the 12 Steps, and that's not a bad thing. Like I do see sometimes when you post on Facebook, and you just got to stop letting people affect you when you are doing something that people can benefit from. And I used to get when people would do the same thing to me because I was very passionate about MAT and recovery,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
very passionate about the 12 steps in recovery. And so when people see that, they don't have that same passion and drive like we do for our topics that we like to stand up for. And so some
yeah.
people they want to have that though. And so sometimes they get kind of not, I don't know if it's jealous or what, but they feel threatened. And so keep posting about
Excuse me.
that because there's people that need to see it, and there's people that need to hear it, and there's people that are looking
Yeah,
for that information. You know what I mean?
yeah. See, I was talking to Des there a few times. He's on here today, and it sounds he was trying to describe to me and explain to me that he knows I'm a grizzly bear when it comes to like if I have your permission to speak into your life, and I know you're full of shit, I'll tell you. If I know that you're trying to worm yourself out of somewhere, I'll tell you because you had given me a permission to speak into your life. But if you don't, I won't tell you nothing. But I sometimes said, do you really want to do that? Do you really think that's a good decision? Then you think about it. Because what I'm saying is that think before you get into it. Think before you act, man.
Yeah.
I think about every situation. If I'm about to do something and then I look at the pros and the cons on it. If the cons win, I won't do it. If the pros win, I'll try it for the first time. Say it's fresh, it's brand new. Like go look for a job, for example, right? I go and find out how do I do an interview, what do I say, and what do I not say. So I go and try it. It's just
Yeah.
an example. Works out great. So next time, say I work there, I got a job, and I get laid off, then I know exactly what to do the next interview. I got experience with working at the warehouse and things like that. I go get another warehouse job, right? And I tell them what I've been doing, the forklift and the pick and pack and the containers, blah, blah, blah. I've done this, that, and this. I'm a hard worker and all that bullshit. Same thing in the program for me. I hear a lot of talk, but not enough action, or you're full of shit. And I let them know that,
Action
and
and
they
more
hate me.
action.
They hate me for it. All right.
Well, I think that we go through a decision-making process whenever we're about to get sober, where we're
That's
kind
what
of
it,
like toying with the idea of doing it.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know what they call it. They call it a certain stage. And
yeah,
then it's like this, and then you're starting to take the actual steps and the action to do it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But it's like if we toy around for too long in that indecisiveness,
yeah,
we could go out and die and relapse and
yeah,
die. And I think it's because you're passionate about people not dying. And that's
yeah,
admirable to be that, you know what I mean? We want to help
yeah,
people. We don't want them to waste time and not get better when they can.
yeah. And Des also we bumped heads a few times, me and Des, right? And he told me
Yeah.
said then we talked about how to approach people, newcomers, how to approach them. And when we do the fourth step, I'm sure you wouldn't mind if I mention this, but when someone is really down and out and there's some awful things happen to them, there's certain things you do not fucking ask. Where did you go wrong? Never ask. That could cause a lot of trouble. So before I do a fifth step with someone now, more and more, I never done this shit. I never ask those kind of questions because
Yeah.
I have enough common sense in my Canadian head. You don't fucking ask that shit. You say right away, I said, look, have you tried therapy? Have you gone to see a counselor? Or I'll say, let's phone up a psychiatrist. Let's phone up a counselor. because those kind of things are very deep rooted. You're going to have to look in it, because yes, 12 steps can work and can help you, but it's a lot of painful. But what you need is kind of like a supervision. If you feel supervision, someone to guide you through it. You can read all the self-help books all you want, ain't going to help you. That's my belief. My belief is go and see a professional. And he said, look, I've been raped when I was 5 years old, and that went on until I was 10 years old. And then, but you only know that part. But there's other, like, but then when you go see a psych or whoever, they ask you, how were you feeling in those times? Did you feel fear in your life? Were you afraid and cried when your mother left and you left the abuser at home? That kind of stuff. All right. I don't want to get too deep into it. Those kind of things, you just,
I know what you mean, though.
gotta go get help. You know,
for us to know that we have to, like the part in the book where it talks about we're not doctors. I feel like you have your ego in check enough to know that that's out of your realm of expertise. If somebody has struggled with something like that, I'm the same way. I'm like, I think it's amazing for people to have multiple resources: a sponsor, a therapist, a doctor, a counselor. I mean, as much as you can get to have, so that way you have all this support. It can't hurt, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's right on. It's awesome. I struggle with people with, heroin addiction, things like that. I spoke to you about that one time about, like there's a difference between alcoholic and the person on heroin or whatever, right? But I don't mean that when I said whatever, you know what I mean? I asked you, I said, what's the difference between a heroin addict and an alcoholic? Because
I remember you asking me about
remember that talk?
The fix, about us searching to get the fix, because when you have an alcohol problem, like you can just go down to the liquor store and go buy some alcohol.
Yeah. And when you drink, right, it's an obsession of the mind, right?
Right.
And I asked you specifically, how does that work with you guys? And I'm not separating you guys. We're all in the same boat here. I have an obsession of the mind, and then I leave the booze alone. I fight it, and I get away from it, and don't touch it for days or weeks. And then I become restless, irritable, discontent. I said, fuck this shit, have a drink. And I felt good all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But within days, whatever, I experienced feelings of shame, guilt, and remorse, and fear. Now, once I take a drink after the obsession, then the body craving, the phenomenon of craving in the body, I want more, and I'm out of control, and I can't stop drinking. That's it. Game over. I just keep drinking till I pass out, or God forbid if I run out of booze, whatever. But what is the difference between that and a heroin addict? And I remember you saying, look, Aubrey, when I'm on heroin, it lasts me 6 hours. You just got to keep drinking. And that's how I had, instead of me being a parrot in AA and repeating all the old timer stuff, like if you're on subs or you're on anti-abuse or if you're on antidepressants or anything like that, I used to parrot that. I used to be one of those guys back in the day. Yeah. It's because I believed the old timers and I went with them. I joined their bandwagon, if you understand what I mean. But until I stepped away from it and I study it and research it for myself, then I said, okay, this is bullshit here, man, because I much rather see you on subs, the box zone, right? I'd rather see you on that than you being on heroin. And I want to let you all know out there, I don't judge you for it.
We love you all. The fact that you support us no matter what, you're an ally to our community, and that is so appreciated, because there's a lot of people out there that do judge people on MAT. So thank you so much for being kind and for supporting us no matter what. We love you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. I thought I'd come on and let you know that I support your show, support all your friends and everybody out there. Don't be afraid of me anymore. All right.
We're not afraid of you. We love you.
Oh, there's some that are like, oh God, here he comes. I can imagine, but that's okay. But it's all right. But you guys look after yourselves, man, and just take it one day at a time, and maybe give some of these steps a try. Like do it alone. Like if you don't believe, if you have trouble with power greater than yourself, I had a real problem with it. I just kind of said prayers privately. I didn't let nobody know. And all I said was this before I go. If I look at the trees, I look at the grass and the soil and the rocks and all that, it came from somewhere because we didn't make it. So it must have come from somewhere, right? I struggle with this power. So I said, whatever you are, whoever you are, wherever you are, if you're real, help me. That was 1997, and I'm over 23 years sober. Because after I said that little prayer, whatever you want to call it, I didn't tell no one this for years. I went into the big book, and the first thing I read was the first step in doctor's opinion, talking about how the alcohol works in the mind and the body. And once I started to learn that, then I got into studying other books. Even got a dictionary out back in the day. There was no Google, there was nothing like that. Then I got into it and I learned a lot about it. Next thing I know, staying sober, I said, okay, I'm fucked. What is the solution then? He said, find spiritual help. So I did. Oh, I argue with a lot of people over the years about it, but unfortunately, some of them went back out drinking and they're dead. I could count up to about 30 people that are dead already, and it's still going. And it's a serious thing. This is not a social club, eh, Nicole? This is serious business,
Oh,
and
fuck,
this is a serious business. You just
people are
don't give
dying
up and
every
say
single
that's
day.
enough, right? You just don't give up and say that's enough. Now I decide not to drink anymore. It's not that
Right.
easy.
Mm-mm.
We're
If it was,
dealing
we
with
would have all
illness.
been sober a long time ago.
That's right. We all would be. Exactly. We it's an inner it's an inner job. You know what I mean? Inner self job type of deal. It's an inside job.
Yep.
What's going on in our noodle and what's going on in our soul? Why is it empty? We have to find a way how to fill our soul. And I have found it, and it filled my soul. And it's great
Yeah.
to be sober and alive today. And great seeing you, darling. And I better get going here. I don't want to take
Love
up the
you,
whole.
Aubrey. Love you.
Yeah, I love you too. You take care of yourself, all right?
All right. That was the infamous Sober Ob. If you guys aren't following him on Facebook, he has his Sober Ob Facebook. In fact, I'll get the link for you guys. 23 years, you guys, that's a long ass time to be sober. I only hope to God that I can have 23 years sober one day. That's amazing to me. If you just stay sober one day at a time, you will put together a month, 6 months, a year. Then before you know it, you got 23 years sober. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And you guys, that's what we need more of in the recovery community is people in recovery supporting each other. Like we're all trying to stay sober one day at a time. We're all trying to live and not die. We all have a chronic illness, the disease of addiction, and it's deadly. If we leave it untreated, we will die from this disease. And so, no matter what, I'm getting it right now, you guys, no matter what, we have to work our recovery. Find whatever works for you and do the damn thing. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm getting it right now. I'm having a good time. We're not going to get off early tonight because I haven't been on in a while, so we're gonna stay on for a while. Okay, you guys. Here's Sober Ob's Facebook group for anybody that wants to join. Okay. So now let me get the link, and if anybody wants to come up and share, y'all are more than welcome to come up and share. Okay, so I want to read a couple of things since we're here that I've been reading this week, and so about codependency. Okay, and then if anybody wants to come up and share, y'all already know the deal. Y'all can come up and share with me. And then there are so many new faces in the chat. Like, I'm so excited, you guys. I told you, like, TikTok, I'm meeting so many amazing people in recovery. And so it's really awesome. I hope that you guys know, like, I go live there almost every day. So for those of you guys that watch the YouTube channel that want to do live streams with us on TikTok, we do it like I usually go live at like 7 or 8 in the evening on TikTok, but it's fun. I want you guys to come over there. I really think you'll like it. We just hit 20K on TikTok, and I'm just going to keep going up. I'm just going to keep working. Okay. So I was reading on this chapter about detachment. Okay, so I want to read a little bit to you guys. If you want to hear it, that'd be cool. If you don't, it's okay. I understand. Okay, detachment. Detachment is not detaching from the person whom we care about, but from the agony of involvement. You hear that? Detachment is not detaching from the person that we care about, but from the agony of involvement. So I've been going through agony, okay, with my husband. Pure torture to where my stomach was in knots. I felt like I was going to vomit every single day. I was worrying, dialing his phone number every 5 minutes, calling him, asking him where he was at, what he was doing, checking the bank account. I mean, just obsession, obsession, obsession. So here we go. When I was trying to choose the topic for the first chapter in this section of the book, many subjects competed for this first place. I chose detachment not because it is significantly more important than the other concepts. I selected it because it is an underlying concept. It is something we need to do frequently as we strive to live happy lives. It is the goal of most recovery programs for codependents, and it is also something we must do first before we can do the other things we need to do. We cannot begin to work on ourselves to live our own lives, feel our own feelings, and solve our own problems until we have detached from the object of our obsession. From my experiences and those of others, it appears that even our higher power can't do much with us until we have detached. When a codependent says, I think I'm getting attached to you, look out. Most codependents are attached to the people and problems in their environments. By attachment, I don't mean normal feelings of liking people, being concerned about problems, or feeling connected to the person, to the world. Attachment is becoming overly involved, sometimes hopelessly entangled. Attachment can take several forms. We may become excessively worried about and preoccupied with a problem or person. Or we may graduate to becoming obsessed with and controlling of the people and problems in our environment. We may become reactionaries instead of acting authentically of our own volition. We may become emotionally dependent on the people around us. We may become caretakers to the people around us. Okay? So, what did I want to be? So that's where I'm at with my husband, okay? Obsession with another human being or a problem is an awful thing to be caught up in. Have you ever seen someone who is obsessed with someone or something? That person can talk about nothing else, can think of nothing else. Even if he appears to be listening when you talk, you know that person doesn't hear you. His mind is tossing and turning, crashing and banging around and around on an endless racetrack of compulsive thoughts. He is preoccupied. He relates whatever you say, no matter what, how unrelated it is, to the object of his obsession. He says sometimes using the same words. Nothing you can say makes any difference. Even telling him to stop doesn't help. That is how it has been for me with my husband struggling, you guys. It has been consuming my whole entire life. And so I've literally just in the last week and a half been able to break free and like breathe and not be obsessively worrying. And you know why, you guys? You know why? Because I'm reading this book, and also because I've been praying. I've been praying to whatever God is out there, if there is one, to please, please help me. Help me to not be consumed by my husband's actions. Let me live. I'm not doing it. And listen to me. When you have somebody that's struggling with addiction and you are sober too, watching them struggle is so hard, you guys. It is it's the biggest struggle I've ever had in my life is watching someone else struggle. You know what I mean? So, okay, let me see what y'all are talking about. I used to do the same thing with my Adderall, Misty. I can't take anything other than subs without overdoing it. Mark, maybe talk with your doctor. What happened? What are you doing, Mark? Let me see. My problem is when I get my prescription of Klonopin, I say to myself, it's okay to take 10 or 12 pills the first couple of days. Let's have fun. Oh, I used to do the same thing, Mark. Mark, I used to do the same thing, and then I would run out 2 weeks or 3 weeks before my prescription was supposed to be out. And so then I would be sick without them. And so the best thing that you can do is find somebody that you trust and have them give them to you as they're prescribed. Or you can even order these things off Amazon, you guys, that are like safes that lock, and you turn it or something, it drops out 1 pill a day. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a pill dispenser thingy-majigger. And that can help you too. If anybody wants to come up and share, you're more than welcome to come up and share. Because here's the thing, you guys. If you're prescribed Klonopin and you're abusing it like that, you need to talk to your doctor and tell him that you're struggling and ask them if you can get on a taper. You know what I mean? Because that's just, you know what it is, Mark. You know what it is. Well, I can just do 3 of the rest of the time. I never ran out, never got dope sick. So, okay, but that's just my suggestion. You have to do what you feel is best for you and all that good stuff. But I'm here to support you no matter what, okay? Okay, so I'm doing a lot better though, you guys. So what are y'all doing? Y'all give me something good. Tell me how y'all are doing. Give me an update. I need to know how everybody's doing, okay? Misty, I saw you say something about IOP. What's going wrong? What's going on? My phone is about to die. For me, I had to get away from benzos, you guys, because I couldn't take them responsibly. I could not take them as prescribed. Every time I got a chance, I was eating benzodiazepines as much as I could. I remember the first time I ever got prescribed benzos, it was Xanax, the little pink ones. And I was about 21 years old, and I was working at the Department of Finance and Administration. Have y'all noticed how long my hair got? Can you believe that? Like, I got prescribed them because I went to my doctor and made up all these lies about how I had anxiety, but I didn't have any anxiety. Y'all see how I am. I should have never done that. I have a lot. When I think back to the things that I did when I was in active addiction, like, I know what I was doing was just stupid. You know what I mean? But whenever you're using drugs and alcohol, you just don't, you think what you're doing is okay. You know what I mean? Neither can I, girl. Neither can I, Kristen. I cannot either. I go overboard. Nothing, just dealing with stuff I numbed out for so long. Misty, that's great. That's great. I'm so proud of you. Thanks, Jess. Can you believe how long it has gotten, girl? I'm just like, yes. Now, what I want to do next, you guys, is I want to get rid of all the blonde in it and just take it back black and just have 2 little streaks in the front like I did this summer. I had 2 little streaks in the front. That looks so pretty. But anyway, back to the subject. If I took 10 or 12, I wouldn't have no fun. I would go to sleep. I used to drive like that, you guys. I was such an idiot. Like, I'm glad. We are so lucky to be alive, you guys. Okay? My fiance relapsed, and I feel exactly like you. It's, oh my gosh, Kristen, yes, girl. It sucks. It sucks. It's like, it is very important that people work on their mental health. If don't get your mental health right first, recovery is always going to struggle. Absolutely. Des, that you brought up such a good point. So that is one of the things, you guys, that I've noticed. I got my mental health checked the minute I got sober. So let me tell y'all, listen up, you guys. Whenever I got into treatment back in 2015, the treatment center that I went to was a dual diagnosis treatment center. So they had a psychologist, they had psychiatrists, they had all kinds of mental health support, right? And so I got a psychological evaluation there. I got a psychological evaluation when I got when my son got when I was fighting for my son. I've had like 4 or 5 psychological evaluations at all different points of my sobriety, because when I first got sober, or when I was in my active addiction, they were trying to say I was bipolar, and I wasn't. It was because I was up and down, up and down. No, Mark, I'm not. Why would I be pissed at you? I was up and down on my on methamphetamine and opiates. I was just out of control. And so from the outside looking in, yeah, it looked like I was bipolar, but I wasn't. It was because I was abusing so many different substances. And so I got my mental health in check. I got on medication that helps me and helps me stay okay. Like, and sometimes I have to go to the doctor and have it changed or upped or down, but it has saved my life, you guys. But one thing that my husband has always struggled with is severe chronic depression. When I tell you guys, I mean, like, to the point where he just sits there and internalizes and thinks that he's worthless. He has thoughts in his mind that are constantly racing. When we go to bed at night, what he told me that he had been struggling with recently is that he can't turn his mind off. That when he goes to lie down, all he can think about is his job and all the things that he needs to do and how stressful it is and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Mark, listen to me. Here, you can talk about anything that you're going through. If you're still getting high, you're welcome here. If you're overtaking your medication, you're welcome here. If you're smoking joints, you're welcome here. If you're on MAT, you're welcome here. Like, honestly, I want you guys to understand something. I'm not better than you. I'm not ever going to look down on you. I'm not ever going to judge you. Like I was sharing with you guys before about compassion and relapse. I have learned so much this year from seeing my husband struggle. And I have learned about how brash and hard on people I can be, and how I it always comes from a good place. It's always because I want people to be okay. I don't want anybody to die. But it can come across as just too tough. And it has helped me to realize that I need to work on that, and I need to have compassion for people no matter what point of their recovery they're in. And so I would never judge you ever. I want you to be okay. I want you to be healthy. I don't want you to overtake your medication because I don't want you to overdose. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. But I am not upset with you at all. Okay. Bye, Aubrey. Love ya. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. So yeah, I think I'm about to get off here too, you guys. But I had a blast tonight, and I knew this is going to be a good chit chat with you guys. I really, really, really want people to. I want you guys to, spread the word. Let people know that they can come hang out with us, and that we just hang out. We just do recovery support here. We're all in this together, okay? I'm never going to judge you guys, never, okay? And I hope you guys will do the same. Help me, and don't judge me either. When your partner is using, does it make yeah. So Bobby, I think you came in a little bit after, but yes, it's very triggering, and that's what I was telling everybody about. I have had so much trouble finding an NA meeting to go to that believes that Matt is okay. Jess, you're not going to find one. You're not going to find. There's so many people in the NA that are so judgmental. You need to come to Mara with us. Let me get the link for you. Okay. Let me get also, if you want to start coming to, let me tell you something. Merck, if he's still in here, he links the Mara meetings in this chat that I'm fixing to drop in the comment section. He links the Mara meetings about 5 minutes before they happen. Okay. Mara is Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. It is a 12-step program for people like us who are utilizing MAT as a tool in our recovery. It is amazing, you guys. amazing. And if you click that link right there, you can join the chat, and then we will link the Zoom meetings so you guys can come. But I'm also going to put Mara's link in the chat also. So that way you guys, if you want to go to the website, you can go to the website, you can check it out. You can see the 12 steps. 12 steps and 12 traditions. Like, it's pretty badass, you guys. But here on Real Talk Recovery, we have been doing, recovery support for 3 years now on here. And we just started in the last year, really getting down and doing like Mara meetings, and all of us are congregating in the one chat, and it's become like a little family. Like, this is all the regulars. These are, everybody you see in the chat. These are all people that have been with me on Real Talk Recovery for at least a year now. Some of them have been here for the whole 3 years. It's a huge family. We're a family, you guys. Nicole, is there a day or time I can call you? What? Sure, Mark. You can call me tomorrow. I'm off work all week. I'm off work on the weekends. It's easier for me to talk on the weekends. Remember to smash that like button. What's going on with Cindy? I didn't see. Did she have something on my? Not Cindy. We love you, girl. So every Friday night we're gonna do this like we do tonight, you guys. Every Friday night. I want you guys to know I am going live on TikTok though. So let me get the TikTok link too if y'all want to come. I go on TikTok a lot because I just pop on. They don't record the live stream, so I just go on, chit chat, and then I'm out. You know what I mean? It's fun. What's up, Brad? Okay, here we go. Okay, there's my TikTok link. Also, if y'all want to join Patreon and do Codependent No More with us this Sunday, here is the Patreon link. It's $2 a month. So if you want to join, it's fine. Hey, Mark, will you text me on the Real Talk Recovery line right now? And I'll text you a time back, okay? Kristen, I really appreciate you for coming over, girl. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us tonight. It really is just us talking about recovery and chit chatting in the chat. And if you want to get more involved, like I was saying, join the Hangouts chat, because all these people that you see in here are all in those chats, and they all go to meetings together during the day. Tina says, I just wanted to thank you, Nicole, for doing this. It really helps me to hear your stories and to see everyone in supporting each other. Anytime, Tina. Anytime. I've been watching Nicole for 3 years. Hells to the yeah. You guys, I got a message from a lady the other day, and she found the channel, and she works for a harm reduction institute somewhere in Colorado, I think she said. But there's so many people that don't know we're here, you guys, and they don't know that there's support for all pathways to recovery. All pathways. No matter what, you guys, you got to do what's best for you. We are trying to live and not die today. So it doesn't matter what pathway. I want you guys to know I love you no matter what. I'm proud of you. You are worthy. Okay? Recovery is amazing if you can just give it a try. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Reach out for help. Text me. I'll be there to support you. You guys, I cannot tell you how many times I give that number out and I tell people, text me, text me, text me. I mean it. You can text me. I'll answer you back. I'll answer you back. But you have to take the suggestions. If you take the suggestion, I promise your life will change. I had a girl reach out to me on TikTok when I first came onto the platform. She reached out to me because her husband had gotten in trouble and he was about to go to prison. And he was a meth addict, and she needed help for him because she didn't want him to go to prison. She wanted him to get treatment. She wanted him to get help. So she called me. We got on the phone. I gave her all the information I knew. And guess what? Her husband's in treatment now. He's not in prison because I helped her advocate for her husband. I helped her learn what she needed to do so her husband could get help instead of go back to prison. Hey, Sam, I will do anything I can to help you find resources. Okay. I will help you do whatever I can, but you got to take the damn suggestions. Y'all, I've had a headache for 2 days. Any suggestions? Oh, suggestions. I got some suggestions. Girl, caffeine. Go to the Walmart or to the Kroger or whatever and get you some 200 milligram caffeine pills and take 2 of those bitches. Yes, and I support you and accept you no matter where you're at. Okay, if you're still getting high, I accept you. I love you. I want you. I want a better life for you. Okay. I learned a lot when I went to California to work with Dr. B. I learned a lot because I got to work outside with the Harm Reduction Institute. And I wanted to go up to every person and I wanted to say, you can get sober. I'll help you. Da, 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 da. And they stopped me and they said, no, we don't do that because we don't want them to feel like we are just here to provide us help for them, to provide, harm reduction tools for them. Of course, we, they let them know that there's, IOP and MAT and all that, but it's really like not pushy and not going because that makes somebody feel like judged and stuff. You know what I mean? It makes them feel overwhelmed. And so I learned that I accept you where you're at, and I'm going to love you where you're at. And I'm going to just share with you what worked for me. And by hearing my stories, I hope one day that you'll come over here and be with me on this side. In California, we don't have Kroger, but they own Ralph's and Food for Less. There you go. So yeah. Sam's been busy, you guys. He's got a girlfriend. I saw the tattoo, Sam. Sam's off the market, ladies. Sky. I'm just playing. Anyways, I had a blast with you guys this evening. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. We will be doing, for all my patrons, we will be doing our Codependent No More Zoom meeting Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If anybody wants to join and do Codependent No More with us, like I said, it's $2. So here is the link. And I love you guys. I'm going to get off here. Join Patreon. Come do Codependent No More with us. $2 a month. $2 a month. All right, guys. Good night. I love y'all. I'm going to go over on TikTok now and go live for about 15 minutes, okay? Love you, Ann. Love you guys. I love all of you guys. I love y'all. Thanks for being a part of my recovery.